Cool, let's switch the music off. Hello, can everyone hear me? Testing 1, 2. Yes, okay, great. Oh, great, cool. Because I can't hear myself, so I've never done this before. Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. This is so much more casual than my pre-recorded podcast. It's actually more nerve-wracking than, interviewing like Retro Game Core, because I know that I can edit it later. All right. Okay. So welcome everyone. Already I'm just enjoying chatting to everyone in the comments. Most of the people are just regular followers that I've seen in the comments for like a year now. And I reached out to Shem and I said to him, we're going to hit 10,000 around the same time. And we literally, we missed it by about a week between the two of us. And I just said to him, let's just have a live stream and kind of celebrate the moments. Because I was actually at speaking of Retro Game Core, I was chatting to Russ and he was talking about just the same thing, about sitting at a dinner table and kind of envying another YouTuber, even at his success rates, envying another YouTuber and thinking, what am I even doing? So at every celebration point, I think you need to just mark that in your brain. I think it's a very good like psychological maneuver. So that's what we're doing. We are tricking our brains into being happy about where we are in life. Cool. So let me get Shem in here so that I don't not just rambling to myself. There we go.
Hello.
Hey Shem. Cool. Yes, I can hear you.
Good.
You could probably turn yourself up a little.
I am happy with where I am.
Speak for yourself, Adin. You crazy person.
No, I know what you're saying though. I think it is important to, as you watch a number, especially like subscribers going up, and sometimes it goes up very slowly. It can be really easy to lose track of what that means, and 10,000 is an extremely big number, and it's really weird to be there. But very good.
It is.
Very good. And so I do think it's good to have the old pat on the back now and again.
Yeah. And I think that's because Russ hit 400,000 today.
Yes.
And I think that's what he's doing. And I think it's just good for your mental health, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's just nice as
there
well.
Seems to, Yeah. Yeah, there seems to be an ongoing joke behind the scenes that I'm the psychologist of the group. So that's always what I'm thinking about.
That's fair.
Cool. Yeah, there's so many cool people in the comments, which is great to see.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. And just keep them coming through. If you have any questions, just throw them in and then we'll just answer them.
Yeah, for sure. I've got the chat up here as well.
Okay.
10K calorie challenge.
I'm
on the less than 1K calorie challenge right now. So
funny. When I saw Tech Dweebers on the comments, I was like nervous because you never know what he's going to say. He's the wild card of the retro gaming scene.
That's okay. I'll just shove him in a locker if he does anything wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Hang on. You keep them entertained.
All right. Hello and welcome to Retrobreeze. This is the Shem stream. Whenever I get put on a live stream, it becomes the Shem show. I think it's like a curse. But how's everybody doing? Thank you for dropping by. And he's back. So we'll stop talking about him now. Hey.
10,000 comments about how stupid Adin is. High school. Stubbsy's licking handles in the corner. Yeah, yeah. The barking dog is because I don't know if I shared this in my like YouTube life, but we took on we were fostering dogs, and they like full on attacked us.
Oh,
It
wow.
was crazy. Yeah,
Mm.
the one dog like mauled my son, and the other one went for my wife, and I was just like, this is weird. Anyway, so we had to get rid of them, sadly. But
Wow.
we found a really sweet dog too. I needed a dog to run in the forest with. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Wow.
so I think it's going well so far. No
That's good.
mauling
That's
as
good.
yet.
Yes, that's good. My family has been in a similar spot once before, but
It's
that's
rough, eh?
pretty depressing and scary.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it's crazy because my kids were like, "Daddy, please give the dog another chance." And I was like, "Dude." And then it was funny though because the dog who bit my son kind of chilled out, and then the other dog started going for everyone. So it was just crazy.
I can't tell
Anyway.
if high school all over again is him talking about the dogs from Tech Dweeb there.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure. High school all over again. Yeah. Okay, so like we've got a few little things planned. I've got a couple of guest things. What's that? Aiden, when are you going to review some niche exotic control?
Oh boy,
That's Shem's job.
you don't know. I got something yesterday that is so cool.
Really?
It is so awesome. I didn't expect it. I actually had no idea what it was when I opened it until I was like looking at it, and I was like, "Wait, is this XYZ?" And so I emailed the company, and they're like, "Yeah, we just decided to send it to you." So
That's so cool.
yeah, that's really exciting. Hopefully, I'll do a video on it. They say December 1st is the embargo, so that will be
Wow.
cool. Yeah, it's a really cool little thing. But exotic controllers, there's two right there. FlyDigi Vader
Yes.
3 Pro,
Yeah.
FlyDigi Apex Elite 3. So those are cool.
Yeah. Those are
Still
cool.
need to do reviews.
Yeah, but to answer Admiral Gonzo the Third's question, I'm not as into it as Shem is. I think the entirety of my sort of controller thing will probably just be getting a telescopic controller to do like retro arch on an Android phone. I want to do like a
Yeah.
budget phone, like just buy a crappy phone from the local store and get a telescopic controller and see how far I can push it and how nice I can make it. So that's my
Yeah.
plan with that. But I'll never do like lots of controller reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really interesting you say that because the GameSir G8 Galileo is coming out, which oddly is named the Sagittarius in China, apparently. But that's
Okay.
coming out really soon, and I have a Aldo Cube tablet, which is an 8-inch Android tablet that I'm going to slap that on, and hopefully we'll get I'm going to call it a DIY, cheaper, and probably better PlayStation Portal. So that's really exciting. That's all on the way.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I should get a video about that up pretty soon. But that PlayStation Portal is crazy. I can't believe I've been watching like all the videos of it and stuff, and like no offense to anybody who likes that thing, but it's such a reach to say that that's worth $200. It's like the biggest reach. No Bluetooth, no operating system. It can't do anything except local play. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can buy, this Aldo Cube tablet. You can buy the light version for like $70 on a good day, and that's what you need in a clip-on controller. Anyway,
Yeah, that's the thing, eh? Yeah, the PlayStation Portable. I think I looked at it in the beginning, and I actually forgot all the stats on it because I just lost interest.
there aren't any. Like it's literally nothing. It's just a remote screen, and the biggest thing is no Bluetooth. So if you want audio, it's either the speakers or it's streamed from your PS5 to your wireless headset. But if that's the case, then the audio is coming from the PS5, not from the portal. So you're going to get a sync if there's any connection issues or desync.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I did take us on a tangent, and I promised you I wouldn't do that. So
yeah, I'm like, you were the least of the ramblers of all the podcasters.
yeah,
Goes
I'm
into
well aware. Admiral Gonzo, real quick.
Cool.
I don't have the portal.
Yes.
I haven't held it. I don't know
Okay.
anything I've just seen all the videos and I just don't
Mm.
think it looks hot.
But we know that Shem is very reluctant to make an opinion about things. So, you know.
I do try and yeah, okay. I was about to say something, then I looked over to the Trim UI Smart Pro on my desk over there, and I'm
Yes,
like,
exactly.
yeah, maybe not.
Okay, I'm going to answer. Well, let me answer the question, and then you can answer the question. So I went through your catalog because I was trying to think which was my favorite of yours, and for me, obviously, you've had that really successful video recently with the RGB 30, which I
Yeah,
reckon everyone, if you haven't watched this video of his yet, it really is just a brilliant video. It's like, so I think as a YouTuber, we often watch it from like how well did this person craft their video, you know? And it was just a
absolutely.
masterfully crafted video. That was one of my favorites. But then going down into the catalog to when I like first started watching your channel, there was one that oh, this was not so much the videos, but the whole controversy you created. Well, not created, but then
Oh
what?
no, don't go
Yeah.
there. I haven't
No,
even
it's.
I haven't even said sorry to the X55 yet.
But I love that. Like it took us on such a journey because like I saw your social media, but I think this is where we first started connecting, and then we made some jokes on Twitter and all that, and it was like a good laugh. And so when the X55 was in the post, and it took him on such a roller coaster ride because I was like, oh, this is a piece of crap. Why did I order it? Oh, and then I got it, and then it was kind of, there were all those issues in the beginning, and I did get one of those in between ones. There were like maybe 10 that went out that were just weird,
Yeah,
and there's no firmware for them. I had to tweak the firmware or get a tweaked version of the firmware.
yeah,
So there was all that, but I just enjoyed that. I just thought that was fun.
yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, sometimes Powkiddy hits a home run,
Yeah.
and sometimes they just release pure trash. And I mean, I still really need to do my review of the RGB 10 Max 3, of course. I never did my full
Yeah, me
review.
too.
I actually have
Mm.
2 now because they thought my original one was faulty, which I actually think in the end it might have been. But it
Okay.
still stinks. I mean, the device is awful, in my opinion. So I
Yeah, I
will,
mean it's
yeah.
Linux that plays PS2, but
No, it
at what
doesn't.
at
It
what
doesn't though.
cost?
Yeah, it doesn't. It plays like 30 minutes of PS2 at a time, no more.
Oh, I see. You see, I haven't tested it long enough.
It's just the thing is the device came out, it had an HDMI port and a standby mode, neither of which worked. It had PS2 and GameCube, a processor that could maybe play some PS2 and GameCube that crashes every 30 minutes. The battery life is like 40 minutes. It's such
Yeah,
an awful device.
yeah.
But yeah, it is
Cool.
what it
So
is.
can you, I mean, do you have a favorite Aiden Walls video?
So I have two things to say. First of all, my favorite thing is when you go to your channel and you go to the video feed, you've got like
Yes.
interviews, Team Retro, me, Stubbs,
Yeah.
Joey, Russ, and then Bob Wolf. And then you go back and you're, wait, no, that's not an interview with Bob Wolf. That's you dunking on Bob Wolf, which I think is really funny because the thumbnail
Uh,
looks the same, except we all look happy and then Bob looks really angry, which I find really funny.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Maybe that's why Bob Wolf won't respond to any of my messages because he's like, this guy hates me. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's pretty busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the I think you have a really good way of looking at devices through like the user's perspective.
Mm.
But recently, I mean, I really loved your RGB 30 video was just great because it was such a
Oh,
kind of
cool.
paradigm to mine. And I
Mm.
always think that's the best, the best possible circumstances when our opinions are different. We talked about that before when we spoke. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, in the end, it was quite funny because I reached the end of the video, and what did I say? I like ended it on a bombshell, and I didn't mean to actually. So I talked because I finished my videos with like the budget conscious thing. I'm like, okay, so there's these devices, they go for this price, but then there's also the shipping to consider. Now, which is the best out of these? And then I ended up on the RGB 30 anyway.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
it's such a special device. I still to this day, like, I just keep grabbing it, I keep playing on it. It's just so much fun. And actually, the RGB 30 is the only handheld that I've seen that you hand it to somebody and they freak out. Like, they totally freak out. Like, they have no idea what it is.
yeah.
And my wife has actually taken it to a few of her, she goes to like language meetups, and she
Yes.
takes it with her, and people love it. Like, they absolutely love
Ah,
it. And
okay, cool.
yeah, I've been trying to work with Go Game Geek, who are bringing out some new colors, because they actually worked with PowerKitty to bring out the pink RGB 30, no,
Oh, did
RGB
they?
20S,
Okay.
and they're doing some more colors of the 30, and I really want them to do a pastel pink with white buttons, because I think
Okay.
that's like viral material that's just gonna blast off. So fingers
Pastel
crossed for that.
pink.
I know it's probably not the atomic purple that everybody in the chat wants, but I think it would be successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, PSP brought out that pink model.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. So maybe. Hey, Mark Smith. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Cool. So
Say,
we have a,
can
yes.
I ask you a question, Adin? What's your favorite video of your own?
Oh man, dude, I think this is an ADHD related thing, but I'm just gonna go to my channel. I'm like, when I see people like instantly recall stuff, I'm like, what kind of geniuses are they that they can do this stuff? And I just think it's the way my brain works. Well, I'm really proud that my pockets the PS what I called it the Pocket PS2 video about the
The 405,
RG405V.
yep, yep.
Just because it's doing so well, so I'm really happy with that one. But my favorite video is actually the Bob Wolf video.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I took a lot of time to make that video, and almost every element of that video is like thought out.
yeah,
Um, and what made me happy was I set out to make a video that would draw attention and then keep the people, and that's exactly what it's done. So I'm pretty happy with that one.
yeah.
So like, because it's technically not clickbait. So when people shout at me about clickbait, I go, technically it's not, but it's clickbaity. But yeah, I think the content's good enough to keep the people after they've been baited in.
Yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, I think so too. And I think, well, clickbait's a conversation for another time. But
Yeah.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah. I haven't heard this. I've just heard this from people commenting, and that apparently Joey is very against it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different strokes, I guess. I try and avoid dishonesty, right? If you're being dishonest, then
Yes.
it's an issue. But
Yeah.
if you're being honest, like for example, you're honest that you think that somebody was wrong,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, I think that's fine. But when it comes to dishonesty or lying or just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So, and that's, I mean, it is a fine line, but what I try to do is like, for instance, the Bob Wolf one was probably as far as I'll ever push it, because I feel like, and I've mentioned this in a couple of podcasts on that now, is how I feel like this is a very different community.
Yes, it
It's
is.
not I don't know, it's not the extreme gamer, like shout at each other in the comments
Xbox
community.
Live, yeah.
Yes, and so it's a like a sensitive, happy community, and I don't think like full on clickbait flies here. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, actually, he put an image of another very famous YouTuber on his thumbnail and never mentioned the guy once in the video, and then I got to the end of the video and I was like, you dick. Like, there was nothing about Casey Neistat in your video. Like, what the hell? But I've been watching him for long enough to be like, okay, I get what it is. Just silly. Anyway.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yep.
Did you have a question for me? Oh yeah, I answered it. Yes. I just want to check here in the comments. Yeah, Tech Week Dweeb does wish that every day was Halloween. You know me better than I know myself. Tech Week Dweeb's taking over the comments. That's what I thought would happen.
Yeah. Tech Dweeb regarding orange and black handhelds. Well, the Orange Pi handheld should, if it ever materializes, I'm guessing will at least be orange, so that would be pretty interesting. But with Orange Pi, I mean, I have an Orange Pi Zero, and it's technically like really good in its specs, but there's no software
Yeah.
for it. So my worry with the
Mm.
Orange Pi handheld is there's just going to be no software, nothing will work. But I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I guess an SBC is kind of different to a full handheld. So
Cool. Okay, I've got a little surprise little thing. Now, what's cool about this is I've seen some of these, but Shem hasn't seen any of them. So the first one I'm going to play is from. I had these all lined up, and then my internet reset, and so I have to just grab it. Yeah, and I've never done this before, so let's see if it works. First one is from Team Retrogue. Let's have a look.
my man.
Hey, Shemi, it's Mikhailov. Just wanted to take a quick minute and congratulate you on hitting 10K subs. It's a major achievement in the YouTube world, and I know we've talked about how frustrating this journey can be sometimes, but you're doing awesome. You're doing great things out there. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you on the YouTubes.
Cool, Shem, you're such a
That's
cool dude.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Mikhailov. It means the world, really. And you're always such a cool guy to chat to, and I really enjoy being on the podcast together. And yeah, thank you. It does mean a lot.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy.
Yeah,
We had
he
I
really
don't know if anyone watched the podcast with him, but actually the last part of the podcast is the best part. So keeping my retention rates up.
Also,
But it really is. Yeah.
yeah, and if you're not subscribed to Team Retrogue, you should do it. He's got some really nice content. His Steam Deck review was so cool because he went through setting up like what's it called? It's not Guitar Hero. It's the open source Guitar Hero, whatever that's called.
Wow.
And he goes through
Okay.
like how he set that up on his Steam Deck and made it work, and like it's so cool. He's got some really great content. So
yeah, his most recent video, I can't remember what it's about now, but it was excellent. I think his subscriber base, because I'm not sure where he is right now, but it belies how good his content is. He's a good guy, and just a really sweet guy, really really nice guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so we've done favorite videos from our channel. I wanted to dig in because I am the psychologist of the group, apparently. What can you tell us? I'm sure we touched on this in the podcast, but give us a little bit. Have you been thinking about like when this happens to me, when like I hit a milestone like this, I tend to kind of get all sentimental and I think about the origin and all that. So I've got a bit of a story lined up for how my channel started. Do you have something like that?
Yeah, it's quite a bland story, I think, because really what started me off was well, actually, the first video on my channel, I believe, is like a KaiOS mobile phone, which I thought KaiOS was the coolest thing ever, and then it just fizzled out and was just hot garbage. And
Yeah,
then
I
I
have no
did
idea
like
what
this
that
weird
is.
it's like a operating system for feature phones.
Yeah.
It never went anywhere. And then I did like this web building a blog really simply, and I was just that was all just like boredom, right? I was just like, oh, might as well do this, might as well do that. And then I got basically the Miu Mini, and I thought it was like the coolest thing in the world.
Miu Mini,
And
yeah.
it was the Miu Mini and the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. And really, there was not a lot of tutorials and guides and stuff out there for those devices in particular. So that's basically what I did. I just started doing tutorials, especially for the Miu Mini. I think people really appreciate to you and I don't know, getting Sega CD to work on a device might be really simple, but to some people who have no idea that, they really appreciate that kind of short form, really easy to follow content. And so, yeah, that's pretty much where I got started, and then it just kind of ballooned. I still try and do as many tutorials as I can, although that does get harder and harder the more handhelds I get scattered around my place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely always wanted to do content that I hadn't seen. So a great example of is like my Engage tutorial was the first one where I was just like, nobody is ever going to cover this, so I really wanted to do it. And then the like ultra macro like close-ups of handhelds was also something I always wanted to see myself, so I just started making those. And that's kind of where it started.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been a nice journey. Well, yeah, for me, like I think I told everyone the story sort of, but yeah, it's been like for me, it's been a strange journey because I've done so many things, and so it's almost indicative. I've been like very vocal on the podcast on that about the fact that I've only recently got diagnosed with ADHD, and it's been part of that journey, like seeing what I did with YouTube, and then looking back and going, "Ah, it all kind of makes sense, and it also gave me something to sink my teeth into and to focus and to move forward. And so seeing a bit of success with the retro games really has helped me a lot. But yeah, so and for me, my intro to this, so the guys who follow me on my like posts on YouTube and that will know that I've just bought a 3DS. And one of the reasons is because I'm trying to educate myself. I've got a retro gaming channel, and I've only actually owned a Famicom, and the reason for that is I just could never afford any of these things growing up. So for me, this is like a very, I don't know, it's quite a meaningful journey for me because I could never afford these things growing up. And so it's interesting now because I just ordered a PSP Street, and immediately people
Nice.
went, but yeah, but I got quite a few people saying that's rubbish. It was the worst PSP to be made, all those things, which
Yeah.
technically is the truth.
Yeah.
But then I was going through my mind, and I actually posted on my Discord today how where I live and assessing what Sony did with the PSP Street makes total sense. Like in 2011, when it was launched, Wi-Fi was still a fairly new thing here. Like
Yeah.
it was not commonplace for people to have Wi-Fi in their homes. So firstly, they
Yeah.
dropped the Wi-Fi, and there was one other thing, but the big thing is the price. And so they dropped the price considerably. And for,
Yep.
you know, had I probably known about the PSP, maybe I would have owned one, but the PSP Streets. But yeah, so anyway, so it's an interesting journey for me, and it's nice to get educated about these things and give a little bit of a different perspective on it. And that's, I think, the hallmark of my channel. I think
Yeah.
that's what everyone notices about what I do.
Yeah, I think that's nice because it also means that you can take that journey with your viewers as well. You know,
Yes, and
which
I
is
enjoy
nice.
that. Yeah. So I'm going to Cape Town. I might make a little vlog about Cape Town is like one of our main cities, and
Yeah.
do a little bit of a like thrifting for retro games video or something to that effect, you know,
Yeah,
and buy a
great
few
idea.
cartridges and pop them in the 3DS and all that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I think also in defense of the PSP Street, I think what not a lot of people realize is that Sony released the PSP Go 2 years before that, and it was a massive, massive failure as a Wi-Fi only device, right? So for them to then
Oh, I
double back in the
see.
other
Yes.
direction and then do a Wi-Fi-less, cheaper
Mhm.
version, I think it made a lot of sense. But I mean, as a PSP 2000 guy, I mean, it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I keep consoling myself because I'm like, oh, but now this 3DS I bought isn't such a good, like it's quite worn, you know. Now this is the only one I'm ever gonna have, but you know, eventually I'll have the budget to find a better one.
Or you can fix it up as well. That's always a really rewarding
Yes, so
experience. Yeah.
the bottom screen is very scratched, so I'm probably gonna order a new one. And then I know I can get new shoulder buttons, so I want to replace those. And just it will be fun. I love like little electronic projects like that, so I'll get into that. Should we answer Tech Dweeb's question? Do you have a desert island retro game?
I do, and it is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on PSP. Yep, because you can play
That's
that
a very
game for
specific.
thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, and you'll never get bored of it.
So what was everyone else's answers? The Chrono Trigger, that's a common one. Lots of people
Well,
love that
yeah,
game.
but Chrono Trigger has an end, right? So you're gonna be well. I guess actually, depending on how you interpret the story, maybe it doesn't. And now my head's getting fried.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but well, for like, because me and Tech Dweeb, his episode's actually on the way. Is I said to him, and we both enjoy this game is Darkwing Duck. I could play Darkwing Duck every day over and over again, but having kind of discovered 3DS, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is just so good on the 3DS. What a
Yeah.
great game.
Yeah,
Oh
I've
my gosh.
actually been playing New Super Mario Brothers Wii on the Odin 2 up there, and you can like upscale at 1080p, all the filters, like all the anisotropic
So
you want,
good.
like it looks unreal and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tech Dweeb was emulating the new, what's it? Super Mario Bros. Wonder
Yeah.
on yeah. Anyway, interesting. What else are people saying here? What? I like that idea. I love retro game hunting vids. Oh, cool. Okay. So, well, then I'm done. I spent 6 months studying in Cape Town. Whoa. Where? What year? I spent about $1,200 on internet when I was there. The internet situation was very different. Yeah. It's still pretty expensive, but not so bad anymore. Retrobreeze, blah, blah, blah. Tech Dweeb's taken over the comments. He's just answering questions and
I see Gunnar Jones said Monster Hunter Freedom
yes.
Wars and God Eater on Vita. Yeah, Freedom Wars, man, I almost 100%ed that game. Like I beat the story, I did like nearly all the post game. But then at the end, it just comes down to like RNG and save scumming, and it's so difficult to like get like your maxed out character and stuff. I just couldn't. But again, it emulates perfectly on Vita 3K on Android now, so
yeah,
definitely considering going back to it.
I'm gonna have to scroll through these comments later for some game recommendations.
Yeah, good idea. Yep.
Tybalt Cabanas, I'll just put his thing on the screen because he's like very regular on my Discord. And
Yes.
Tybalt, I don't know if that's a correct pronunciation in French, but I just knew you as Neotib on the on the Discord. So I'm glad to know your real name. So cool. Nice to have you here.
James Pond 3. Yeah, I think I had the first James Pond, but I never played the other ones.
Yeah, that's a fun
I remember
one.
is Fish and Gun and
Fish and Gun.
Yeah, Echo was my fish game, so I didn't play too much of it.
Yes, I keep testing it for game testing because, like, I mean, I've been telling everyone, well, you don't know, Sega was huge in the outlying areas of the US. So, like, with the Arc, people are going, no one's going to buy that. But the thing is, outside the US, like, Sega was bigger than Nintendo in many countries.
Yeah, I'm excited for mine for sure.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to put Echo the Dolphin on there and just play it because I played it a few times growing up, but I never got to really sink. Well, we lost each other there. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. When I never got to sink my teeth into that game, and it's quite fun, and the graphics are quite beautiful for that era.
Yeah, and it's the type of game that or really the series
Singapore.
that they're never going to make again. You know, like it's cold, it's lonely, it's really quiet. You know, it's not really action based, and it's about
it's a different kind of game. Yeah,
dolphins saving the world from an alien invasion, which is never going to happen again, ever. Ever. They're never going to make that again. So play it while you can.
Yeah,
play it while it's legal.
There's a Persona 4. I get that recommendation often. Gunnar Jones.
Yeah, Persona 4. Yeah.
There is no one desert island game. That's true.
Yeah.
What YouTube perk do you get at 10K? You get to make a live stream with one of your friends in another side of the world.
And you get unlimited anxiety to think, okay, where do I go from here?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I immediately went on to, because you see, this is why I need to celebrate these moments, because I immediately went on to Social Blade and I was like, okay, so when will I be at 20,000? Which is just the worst thing to do. And then I was like, oh, I'm only going to be at 100,000 in 3 years' time. Are you kidding me?
Well, you know, I remember this thing that Mr. Beast said, which was all it takes is like one idea, you know, one good idea. And, you know, I always think that with Rob, you know, the Retro Tech Dad, he really blew up on that Surface Duo video. Like that was a genius video to make, you know, because it was the perfect kind of mainstream but niche, you know, and he's amazing anyway, like ridiculously good at producing content. But, you know, I think that and my RGB 30 video really, took off as well, which is nice. So I think, I think the analytics and statistics are good, of course, to keep you on track, but really, it's the good ideas
Yeah.
that will do it.
Because actually, sorry, that triggered a thought, because one of the perks, so up until now, if I email someone, they either don't email back or they're kind of quite rude to me. Okay, I won't mention, but one of the manufacturers, they were like, your videos suck, the audio is terrible, you're all over the
Really?
place. Yes. And now that I'm at 10,000, all of a sudden I'm getting responses. So that's one of the perks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Cool. Let's play another video
Yes.
by just some unknown guy from the retro gaming space.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Adin, Shem, I'm proud of you both for your impressive milestones on your channels. I'm just on the way to the dentist to get my teeth checked because we can't only just take care of our handhelds, we also have to take care of our teeth and other body parts like our pancreas. And that's why I fully endorse you both review Stubbs Nubs. Please contact me for details and let's talk in the podcast. But big congrats on the channel milestone. Proud of you both, and let's go!
I have no idea who that is, but he just sent that video, so that was nice.
The grimacing was all acting. I wasn't really grimacing. I love Stubbs. He's the best. And also, I should say as well, I never would have continued doing this if it weren't for Retro Handhelds. The guys running it, the community, like, they're amazing, and they from the very beginning, they were really happy to be there to help out and to support and invite me on podcasts and talk to me, and in fact, I don't think this community would be anywhere that it is without them. So yeah, shout out to Stubbs and the team, except for Zoo. I'm just kidding. Zoo's fine as well.
I don't know Zoo too well, so
anyway. I saw a compilation of him eating a pickle, and I was like,
yes,
that's all I know.
He's a character, that's for sure. Yeah, he needs to come on the podcast. Zoo, if you watch this, just come on the podcast, man. What new budget handhelds are about to come out?
Well, it's
do you have
an
any inside
interesting
scoops?
time. Well, inside scoops, no. Oh, actually, maybe there has been some rumors. My friend Jintaro shared them with me today. That an RG35XX Plus may be coming with a slightly improved chip and new mold and shell. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of really weird stuff coming out on AliExpress. So I have this E6 retro handheld, which should be here next week. Looks like a tiny Steam Deck. I'm guessing it's going to be really good. There's also the Game Max
That's going to be fun. I can't
A390.
wait for you to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Game Max A390, and that's a really interesting one because the A380, I reviewed it on my channel. I did some content on it. Was actually really amazing for its price, except it sucked in some really interesting ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, the M17, that's another good one. So there's a lot out there. There's especially a lot of very, very like niche unknown ones coming out.
Yeah.
No,
the budget area, I think there's still a lot of movement, and then obviously there's the Miu Flip, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the Miu Mini Flip. Oh, I mean that's guaranteed at this point. Like,
yes,
yeah.
I mean, we've seen it built. Yeah. So,
also
is
the
that E6 the one that comes
yes,
with
indeed
the
it does.
Apadu? Okay,
indeed
cool.
It does, but I didn't order it with the controllers because I was trying to be like cost conscious, and then I ordered like 3 more handhelds. So, yeah,
I'm saving money. AliExpress.
Yeah.
All
my nights are spent crawling AliExpress for the next weird thing. They got me.
It's dangerous. When I was so into the drones, because that's the part of the origin story I didn't share, is how I started this mostly with toy drones, and I was really heavy into it. And I was on Banggood, and I used to scroll through Banggood, like finding deals and trying to figure out which was the best budget. It was bad for my health.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, another one is the Anbernic RG28XX, I think it's called. which looks to be a straight knockoff of a Miu device, which is just bizarre. I'm
That's
guessing
weird.
they licensed it from Miu. I'm guessing.
Maybe. Yeah.
And to
Miu has
Michael Benny, thank you for coming up with the title for my E6 review video. Appreciate that.
yeah. Well, that could be construed as clickbait.
Is it honest? If it's honest, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay. If it comes through and it literally is a Steam Deck Mini, then you're
won't
off to
be.
the races. Yeah. Yeah. So right. Okay. I think let's play one more video from another dude. And then, so this, I feel quite bad because Joey, I didn't realize, had hit 10,000 subscribers around the same time as me, maybe a few days before me. And then I reached out to you. So sorry, Joey, for that. But he was like, no worries. Here's a lovely video. So here we go.
What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, yeah. Congratulations to Retrobreeze and Adin Walls for passing that 10,000 subscriber mark. I remember it like it was yesterday, because for me, it was like last week. But awesome to see all three of us do it in the same month, and it's been great to see that everybody's been growing. So from me to you guys, congratulations and words of encouragement. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's obviously working. Take care.
Thanks, Joey.
No, thank you, Joey. I wonder if he put the Trim UI Smart Pro in there just to, just a little bit. Backhanded kindness. So I'm just kidding, Joey. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, I mean, like I say, just another class act. Like, it was whatever. I didn't realize he had hit 10,000. Do you know why? Do you know why I didn't realize? Because he's growing so much faster than we are.
He's so fast. It's so ridiculously quick. Yeah, it's hard to keep up, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well done to him, and it's cool that we were, the tech dweeb put my mind at ease and just said, like you can't constantly compare yourself to other people because like for instance, Joey, I hadn't. It's like I sometimes look at other people's channels and then I go, why are they growing faster than me? But everyone is growing, and that's great.
Yeah, I think the great thing is though is that feeling's really natural and it comes really sometimes really heavily, but then the thing is that there's not a single person that I know who's doing this that you couldn't reach out to and talk to and who would help you. And same with me, I would do the same for anybody else. So not that I think I would particularly have anything helpful to say except go for it. But
no, I'm sure you've got way more wisdom to share than that. I think actually on that note, I think everybody I've spoken to has way more wisdom and doesn't realize it. Like Tech Dweeb, Joey, everyone I speak to, Mikhailov, like I chat to them and I can see they're doing the right things and they do, they're clever people. But like they say, successful people don't always know why they're successful.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to ask you, do you have any so I've been thinking of maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do it, but like a year-end devices that will be good as gifts. Do you have any tips on that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so many great devices. There's the obvious answer is Miu Mini Plus. I mean, you literally cannot go wrong. The RG35XX. I think it's less so because it's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, to mess with and tinker with. But actually, I have an interesting answer, which I still think, even though it's been about a year, is the 353V, the Anbernic 353V, because it's absolutely, because it's really eye-catching. It looks like a Game Boy. But from the first glance, it has like a little bit more going for it. I gifted one to my friend, and he loves it. And I think it's just like a really good, mid-range device at a great price that would really wow anybody you gave it to, and has enough flexibility to just be that device or to get them started in the hobby if you want. But I also want to say, Here's one way, and I know that you like the disagreements, Aiden.
Yay!
Pretty much everybody has been saying that the RGB30 is like a niche device within a niche, and that it's not for everybody. I could not disagree more with that. I think the RGB30 has that wow factor. I think you gave it to anyone, they would love it.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's actually the part of my video where I said there were a couple of people who said this is very niche, but I actually think anyone could pick it up and play it. I agree. I
Yeah,
agree with
yeah,
you 100%.
absolutely. And I also think a lot of people have that affinity with Game Boy games more than I think a lot of kids, and when I say kids, I mean us, had this stuff when we were younger.
Yeah.
You know, all my friends had a Game Boy, even though I didn't. And so, you know, when you give them something that enhances like that system in such a way, if they have that link to it, I mean, it's unlike anything else. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike, for the love. Norwich, eh? I don't think I've been to Norwich. I'm in York, so yeah. And I am English, I promise. I don't sound it, but
Yes, yeah. Wasn't I confused when we first signed on? We started the podcast, and I was like, "Hang on, what accent do you have?"
yeah,
No. I knew you were English. I think that when we sat onto the podcast, I was suddenly picking up a bit of like Americanness, but then you've spent time there, so
yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, what about you? Which handheld would you gift to?
So I think that what I think, so for me, like there's two different arenas here. There's like just handhelds that I'd recommend. Like, so for instance, I want to make a video of like setting up a device for my friend, and this was in the running. This is the VS, actually, not the V. And then, oh, come on, autofocus, you dumbass. Anyway, and then the 353P, the 353P. And I ended up,
yes,
I ended up setting that up for him, just because I don't know, it's a lovely device. I feel like it probably wasn't even as successful as it should have been because so many other devices came out around the time. But yeah, there's those kind of devices. But in terms of gifts, like I actually think this is one of my favorite devices of the. Oh, come on. It's one of my favorite devices of the year. I would say this might actually be my favorite device of the year, even though I don't pick it up to play it that often because of testing and that. But I give it to my son regularly to play. I just love having it around. I mean, the trigger buttons are wonderful. I know a lot of people don't like the sliders, but the Retro Pocket Flip to me is one of the top devices of the year. It did come out this year, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have one, but I'm really tempted to pick one up for sure.
It's lovely, man. And then you won't have, apparently, I heard this from Joey in one of his videos, that for some reason the watermelon didn't have hinge issues, but the other colors did. But now obviously they've fixed that. So I don't know. Maybe the watermelon, the way that they molded it, the plastic wasn't as brittle. But actually, okay, no, she won't watch this. A device that I am actually giving to someone for Christmas is, oh, come on.
Oh, the Nano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, let's put a chair.
There you go. Oh no, did we lose him? Who did we lose? If you can still see me, it looks like Adin might have dropped. He was saying that the internet there was pretty rough, so. If you're in the chat, if you can just let me know if we're still live. Okay, I think. Okay, sorry, I didn't have the stream up on my screen, so I didn't know if we were actually still live or not. But I guess we are. So if that's the case, sorry. Looks like Adin's connection dropped out, but no worries. I'm still here. So, okay, so power outage. No worries. So, yeah, let me know in the chat which devices you would give to somebody else, or if you've received one as a gift and what you thought of it. That might be fun. Sorry, I've got my little tablet here. Actually, I've really gotten into tablets, you might have noticed recently. I have received a couple of them to review, and I bought one or two myself as well. And I think they're a really underrated way to play retro games. We got Kyle saying I'd give my RG351V in wood grain. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the wood grain was it's really eye-catching, right? And also the what was it? The 405V was also in wood grain, right? I wonder, is that like a vinyl? It's not like a sticker, right? It's the actual plastic material. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that really the mid-range and the low-end handhelds are obviously much better gifts than the higher range ones. So yeah, Medium Mini Plus, 35XX, yeah, absolutely. Yep, Garlic OS, absolutely. Yeah, I haven't got a 405V myself, but I will probably grab one. Sorry, I got jump scared.
I'm back. Wow, that was panic stations.
All good. I held it down better than anybody could, right? Right, chat? I didn't think it. Actually, I spent half the time panicking. Anyway, we've had like 35XX, Medium Mini Plus, 405V for handhelds people have or would gift.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
The
351 would
405V, I really enjoyed that. Sorry, what was that?
No, yeah. The 405V, I was saying I don't have it. But I'm kind of tempted,
okay.
but it's just so big for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually played that a lot because it arrived while I was sick in bed. So I played it for a week just for fun, and then I made a video. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really nice. It is big, but it's just so comfy to hold. Like it's just a pleasure to use.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. I don't know why I said it is. I just said I didn't have one. It looks like it is.
It is. I know this from dreams I've had.
Thank you, Tibo. I appreciate that. But yeah, actually curating the selection of ROMs from my, obviously when I gift a retro handheld, I also give them like a huge box of the physical versions of the games that I've put on the device so that, it's all kosher. It's all good, all legal. But, selecting those games is a really nice part of it. So I gave my brother a Retroid Pocket 2S. No, 2 Plus back in the day, 2 Plus. And he was really into JRPGs. So the whole thing is just chock full of PS1 JRPGs.
Cool.
And like that was such a cool experience to like go down the list of games and like find the coolest looking JRPGs. And yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But then, obviously I went to my local shop and bought them all physically, all those PS1 games, and packaged them up, sent them over to Russia where he lives, and all kosher.
Yep. Definitely did that.
Yep.
That's very similar to my friend in Cape Town. I'm setting up the 353P, and he was very into PS1 and Xbox back in the day. So Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and some of he loves like the sniper army games, which I'm not a big fan of, but he loves those. So same thing. I'm just loading those up for him.
So like Rainbow Six gift. And good stuff.
Yeah. All right. So since I broke the flow a bit, I'm going to play us another video from another friend of ours. This guy again. Can't get rid of him.
Again.
Shem, Adin, I'm proud of you both for your milestone on your YouTube channels. I'm just at the dentist right now.
What even?
As one does. And you know what? It's important to take care of your teeth. and your handhelds too. So just remember, have a good day. And if you choose a dentist, make sure it's not this one. I have questions, but I'll be fine. Everything.
You know,
So weird.
do you know why he had to go to the dentist?
No.
I'm just too sweet. That's what it is.
But look, only Stubbs could end up at a dentist with people dressed like that. It was
Yeah,
Halloween, so
and
we
like
can,
I feel like that's 100% legit. Like he probably didn't know.
Oh yeah,
it happened.
yeah. But like, yeah, it's just so fitting that happened to Stubbs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
ha, indeed. That was good. Man, the story power outage really threw me off. Okay, cool. So what is your best device of 2023? I know that's like a really hard question.
Ooh,
And
it's so difficult. It's so difficult, especially because I just got Odin 2 like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, it's probably gonna be. But then I also got Loki this year, and Loki is a device that exists. I think that right now it's still the. Oh, thank you for stopping in, Jintar. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everything. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Great guy. Anyway, so yeah, the RGB 30 has got to be the one right now because it's the one that just really blew my socks off, right? It was so different. It was so unexpected, especially from Powkiddy. And there's just something really joyful about that device. Like I said in my review, like when you get a game up like Neo Geo Pocket or Game Boy, and you can see the pixel art in a way you haven't seen it before.
The color is so good.
The color, yeah. I think that it's a device. I loved it so much because it gave me a different feeling than all the others. But and Odin 2 is ridiculously good in every way. Like it's absurd. Like I haven't. I was tweeting about how it was on the way and how it was a day away and all that, and then I just didn't say anything because it's so freaking good. I can't even like organize my thoughts about it. So yeah, it's probably going to be the RGB 30 or the Odin 2. I do also like Loki, but it's a mini PC for me at this point. It's not even a handheld. In fact, I've been mainlining my Loki as my PC for a few months. So
yeah.
There's a video about that coming soon.
Michael Benny, I don't think either of us have you tried the analog pockets, Shem?
I could not be less interested in the analog pocket if I tried, and I know that that's kind of controversial for this community. I literally have no interest at all. I think that the problem is, I think that I think it's really expensive. I'm not saying it's overpriced, but it's too expensive for me. And two, based on what I've been seeing, I do think that they are dishonest about their stock, and I think they really have an issue with artificial scarcity, in my opinion.
Yes.
And that really awesome, like $60 FPGA Game Boy, DIY Game Boy just came out.
Yes. Yeah.
Like today. And I'm like looking at that, like I really, it's like it's $68.99 for everything.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you get the
send me that link.
The battery, the board, and all that, and then the shell is like $10. Amazing. So I might actually get one of those.
It really is cool.
And can I answer Team Retro's question? Did I ditch Windows on the Loki? Day one, of course I did. Why would I put Windows on a handheld? That's stupid. Yeah, my Loki is running Arch Linux, and it is feature complete in terms of RGBs, fan control, TDP, but like in a really backwards roundabout way. And the only thing it's missing right now is the bottom right button doesn't do anything. But I have a full video. I've already recorded the audio. I've already got a lot of the video footage, so that'll be coming pretty soon. I'll explain how I did that and why. Well, no, not why. You know why. Windows is awful. Oh, Joey's here. No, Windows is great. I'm going to put Windows on all of my handhelds and have a great time.
But check his comments.
Oh, perfect. Thank you for that, Joey. I got a kick out of the Trim UI. I'm beginning to see what I like about it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just been so busy. I was nearly done with my video, and then my life just bottomed out. So I'm nearly there.
Joey must think I'm just obsessed with dunking on windows. He just like shows up at those times. So, I mean, I am. Yeah. Anyway, sorry,
Right, yeah.
sorry, Aiden, go on. Go ahead.
No, just funny. It's Retro's like crap. Joey's here. There goes the stream. I wanted to add to my like gift for the year. The
Oh,
reason
of
why I think
course.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. And the
Beautiful.
reason, like, as I was walking up to set up this live stream, the X28 with its warts and all, if you buy this for someone who's not super into the hobby or is aware of the X28 and still likes it, it's just so beautifully packaged. I got the case, which is really nice. And it really is it's a lovely gift. You know, if someone takes
Yes.
this out of box and opens it on Christmas Day or whatever, it's beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
And it delivers. Like, it's got
Yeah,
a few issues,
absolutely.
but I love it.
And I think the other thing with the X28 is that it's really big, which makes it a good gift, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, it's eye-catching, but also it's
Mm.
so lightweight. Like, it's a handheld that you can always take with you anywhere. Which I would say, you know,
Yeah.
even the Odin 2 or the Odin 1, it's maybe a bit too big to carry everywhere. But X28, like, just throw it in a bag, you're good to go. Yeah. Tech Dweeb's banned.
Who is this guy? I'm banning this guy.
Actually, there's a funny thing. You know, a lot of people in our community get, or creators, I mean, are getting offers from companies to review mini PCs. And the second I mention, oh, I'll do something Linuxy with it, they ghost me every time. It's crazy.
Really?
So I need to stop saying it. It's happened 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's also like that's still a new field to me. That's why I actually reached out to Anbanic, because I thought that'd be a good one to sink my teeth into. Just get the Win 600, mess around with it,
yeah.
and then I can graduate to better things from there.
You should try out the Loki Zero as well, because that's really interesting, especially when it comes to like
yes,
putting Batocera on it and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and then I can do Linux on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's get to another video.
Yes, sure.
Here we go. All right, so we have this guy.
This is Russ from Retro Game Core. Congratulations on hitting 10,000 subs. That is super cool. I've been watching your guys' channels for quite some time now, and I've also been following that follower count, so it's awesome that you're finally hitting that 10,000 subscriber milestone. Now, I remember when I first hit 10,000 subs, it was like near the end of 2020, and it was a big deal for me at the time. I remember thinking to myself, oh crap, this is like a real hobby that I'm doing now. At the time, I was just kind of playing around with a couple of the older devices, you know, like the RG350 and whatnot, and really doing some deep dives and things that I found interesting. But once I get to that 10,000 like subscriber milestone, I realized that I was getting a lot of input from others, people asking me to make specific videos. And I think you guys are getting the same thing. And that's a really awesome place, because then you start building up an entire community. So kudos to hitting that 10,000, because I think it's a really fun place to be. And like I mentioned, I've been watching your guys' videos for a while, and I really appreciate what you bring to the table. Shem, I love the fact that Retrobreeze really gets into the detail about the things that you find the most important. So I love it when you make a video that's specifically about like a port for the Miu Mini, or you'll go into detail about like sound quality or buttons, all those things that I also find really important. I love that you make those deep dives and you continue to do that. Now, Aiden, we've been joking around, but you're like the psychologist of the retro handhelds community. I love all of your reviews as well, because you always have a unique perspective to it, and you're very budget minded, which I always appreciate as well. But I've also really enjoyed these interviews you've been doing. You do have a natural ability to just kind of pull things out of people, and so I do hope you keep doing that as well. Anyway, I could talk all day about this. You know my videos are very long, but I just wanted to say congratulations on 10,000 subscribers, and you guys have completely earned it. And I'm looking forward to seeing 20,000, 30,000, and beyond. Anyway, take care and happy gaming.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like I don't know. Thank you, Russ. It's indescribable, really. And also, you know, before I stupidly don't mention it, thank you, Aiden, as well, for putting all this together. And you know,
Cool, man.
that's just it means so much to like we said, it can be really difficult to understand your progress, and then, something like that. And, it's really special. So thank you, Russ.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adin. Yep.
Cool, man. Yeah, I mean, as always, Russ exceeded expectation, and like he's probably the busiest out of all of us, and he made the longest video. It's just typical.
Well,
He was like,
yeah, that
okay,
was always
let's
going to be the
dissect-
case.
yeah, let's take this like a retro game core video, and he like broke it down, and he gave it, just so sweet. Like it's what a great guy. Anyway, I really appreciate him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the
And if you're
Godfather
not
just
subscribed to
gave us
Retro
this-
Game Core,
But yeah, if none of you are subscribed to Retro Game Core, maybe you should go check out his channel.
Yeah.
Just that
Yeah,
known guy.
the theme music was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even put that intro music. Yeah, but that's what's so cool. Like he really put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
Like I think if I was asked to do this, in all honesty, I probably would have done. I mean, Stubbs sent us 2 videos, and it's really sweet, and also put effort in. But what I'm trying to say is that's probably what I would have done.
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't have like made a review and like broken it down, and what a guy. Anyway, Russ vid was great, but I can promise it's not the longest one. I have no idea what Tech Dweeb's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going on about. Away with you, strange man. Russ got mentioned on the website, The Verge research. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, because I'm wanting to hack my 3DS. So I had a guy, I mean, the 3DS hacking's been around for a while, but he's like, he made an article like it was breaking news. He was like, this guy, Russ from Retro Game Core, just showed us how to hack the 3DS. You have to go over to his website and read it now.
Well, hacking the 3DS is easy. Anybody can do it.
It is. Well, the PSP is easier.
That was a deep cut reference, and if you get it, you get
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
But yes, hacking the PSP is indeed easier for sure.
Yes. Yeah. From what it looks like, the PSP is just literally loading a file into a folder and letting it do its thing and like restarting a few times.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, so yeah. So to close it off, I do. So I I accidentally watched all these videos beforehand, but the one that I haven't watched, and that's why Tech Dweeb made that comment. What does Isaiah say? I've hacked like 3 of my 3DS. Lol, pretty fun. Cool. All right. Anyway, so here we go. Here's Tech Dweeb. Let's see what he has to say. I haven't watched this video.
All right.
I'm Tech Dweeb. I'm here because not many people know this, but Retrobreeze and Adin Walls and me go way back. So I thought it would be fun to tell you a little story of a thing that happened to us that one time. There we were, Retrobreeze and Adin Walls and me, Tech Dweeb, hanging out at a place, playing some retro games on their retro handhelds, as they tend to do. Tech Dweeb had the best one, obviously, and these guys were like, "Oh, Tech Dweeb, tell us how you got all those settings so perfect." And then they heard these like motorcycles outside, because there was a gang. And they come into the place all huffing and puffing like, "All right, listen up, you noobs. Anyone here who thinks they can beat me at Nintendo gets to leave without a punch in the face." So then Retrobreeze and Adin Walls look at each other and they're worried because they both know that they're amazing at Nintendo, but poor Tech Dweeb, that guy stinks at Nintendo, even though he's the best at setting up retro handhelds. So they sort of nod to each other to silently agree that they gotta defuse the situation, because if Tech Dweeb tries to beat these guys at Nintendo, he's totally gonna get punched in the face. So first Adin Walls walks over there to try to be diplomatic, and he's like, "Hey guys, listen, you don't need to punch anyone in the face. We can just go play some Nintendo for fun and be on our merry way." And the guy, he just punches Adin Walls right in the face, and he goes down crying. And then Retrobreeze is there like, "Okay, buddy, let's play Nintendo, and if I beat you, you can let us go." And he's like, "Yeah, let's play Nintendo." So they play Nintendo, and almost immediately Retrobreeze realizes that this guy is freaking good at Nintendo. He's like a Nintendo genius biker guy, and he destroys him. And then when they finish, he's like, "A good game, here you go." And he freaking punches Retrobreeze right in the face, and he goes down. So there he is with Adin Walls rolling on the ground, but they look over, and through their tears, they could see that Tech Dweeb has this like peaceful, calm expression on his face. And he walks right up to the Nintendo Genius biker guy and he says, "Okay, let's play Nintendo." And all the other biker guys start laughing because they can tell by looking at Techweeb that he totally sucks at Nintendo. And they start playing. And Techweeb, calm and cool as a pickled cucumber, starts playing Nintendo. And he freaking nails it. Everything the Nintendo Genius biker guy tries, Techweeb just reacts totally perfectly with this look of utter calm on his face. And then, you're not gonna believe this part, he closes his eyes. And the biker guys all around are like, "What the heck is happening?" As Techweeb is doing amazing Nintendo gaming stuff with his eyes closed like some sort of god amongst mortals. And all the biker guys are like, "This guy's too much for us, let's get out of here." And they all run away. And then Techweeb sort of shakes his head and comes back to his senses and he's not really sure where he is. And he sees Retrobreeze and Adin Walls on the ground with their faces punched and crying. And he goes over and helps them up and they talk about it for a while and nobody could really explain what happened. It was just really crazy. But then later, they found out that the ghost of Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who invented the Nintendo, he was there that night as a ghost. So he must have possessed Techweeb and gave him amazing Nintendo power. And Adin Walls and Retrobreeze realized that not only is Techweeb the best at setting up retro handhelds, he's also the best at playing them now that he's host to the ghost of Shigeru Miyamoto and no bikers ever punched him in the face again because they were too scared. And why did I want to share that story on this special 1 million subscriber video for Retrobreeze and Adin Walls? Well, because we're still best friends and always will be, and I want them to know that they can always rely on me to save their faces from biker punches with my Nintendo skills, and showing up to their 1 million subscriber livestream video, all without them even asking for nothing in return. I'm that good of a guy.
I knew there was a reason I left that for the last one.
That was amazing. That was unbelievable. Can I have that standee of me? I really, really want that.
All right, yeah, he's gonna have to post it to you. That is just brilliant. Oh
Thank
my
you,
gosh.
Techweeb. That was
Techweeb.
incredible. I look
Yeah, we're
forward
busy,
to look forward to working together for sure.
Yeah, that was just crazy. Like, totally outdid yourself. Thanks, dude.
No,
That was just amazing.
The issue though,
Thank you.
is that if they had challenged me to Sega, then it would have ended up differently. No ghostly
Oh,
spirit involved.
okay.
Yeah.
Dear. I'm not even going to claim to be nearly a gamer of any sort. I just like to press buttons. I'll have it. He's seriously going to post it to you.
Good. Yeah. We'll talk about that for sure. That would be awesome.
We totally set ourselves up for that because we're like, oh, Russ did such a great job. Look at how long his video was. He really put so much effort in.
Yeah, and then you get an entirely animated cartoon.
Like a full-on movie. Crazy, dude. Thanks so much, Techweeb.
Yes, thank you, Techweeb.
Yeah,
and
you know, really kind of you.
The entertainment value of your videos, like you did the I think it was in the RGB 30 video where it just starts out with you crying, and he's like, "Oh, why are you crying?" It's really second to none. It really is.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, because I think but that's what we were talking about. I don't want to give too much away from his podcast, but just talking about how he's really nailed that, like the entertainment versus content, because there's always a strong payoff at the end of his videos, but you always know you're going to be entertained in between.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's a really good balance he struck.
You know, actually, just talking about like content creation again, real quick, something I always struggle with is timing. Like, I never want to waste anybody's time, and I'm always cutting things out. Like, I'm always, if you listen to my videos are very quick and succinct. And the fact that I can sit through a Techweeb video where he makes like a banana and peanut butter sandwich while reviewing a mini PC is unreal. It really, really second to none. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He's got like timing and that rhythm and just humor and everything down. It's incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
So anyway, Techweeb, thank you very much. We appreciate that, and we're so glad we hit 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna install a pool in my flat Or maybe just get rid of the flat, actually. Maybe I'll move somewhere that has a pool.
Yes, exactly. Yes, buy a house with a pool.
Yeah, yeah,
Move
that
out of the flats.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I would. I've just got all
Oh,
these
gosh.
retro handhelds everywhere. It's going to be a nightmare to clean them
Yeah.
up.
To cart them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Well, you can rent a truck.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
Shem, thanks so much, man.
Yes,
This was
thank
amazing.
you. This is you know, you put a lot of effort into it. I honestly didn't lift a finger at all. Like none of this was me. So thank you so much, Adin. I really appreciate you you know, doing all this and everything. And you know,
Cool,
I've
man.
really enjoyed your videos, really enjoyed being friends, and
Yeah.
thank you for everything. It's
Yeah.
and
Well,
thanks
I'll
to
see you on
everybody
the
who tuned in, of course.
Yeah, I'll see you on the disagreements on Twitter.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we should do like a debate sometime. That would be really interesting. We can
We
debate
just argue for an hour.
Yeah, debate the validity of the RG Nano. That sounds like a really good video.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not like this? Because I got cut off when I did this.
No. Well, it's
It
not that
has
I
its
don't like it.
place.
I like it a lot. I just don't really think it's necessarily viable. Unfortunately, I ran mine through the washing machine, so it's dead.
Oh, so you couldn't get into it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
But I did start building like a speaker for it because it has a really good USB DAC in it for some reason. But I never finished it. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that thing. Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
and
so
well
much.
done for your 10K. Like, you've been grafting and you deserve it.
Yes, you too, for sure.
Yeah.
And,
cool. And thanks to everyone.
also- yes.
Sorry, yes?
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah, thanks. Like, I've never done a live stream before, and it was just so cool connecting with you guys. You know, most of the regulars are here commenting, and our fellow YouTubers are here. So thanks so much, guys. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah, one more thing is thank you to literally everybody, everywhere, anywhere, anytime who's ever watched any of our videos. You know, I've said it before that this is really out of my comfort zone. I'm not really an outgoing person or anything, and you know, my voice isn't the nicest, and just all this stuff. You know, the whole self-doubt stuff. But I really have found something here that I really love, and I really enjoy.
Yeah,
interacting with
same.
everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Great. Thanks, Shem.
Yep. You bet.
Cheers.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.